Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a bill that would keep certain books and subject matters out of Kentucky schools moves through the legislature, and state lawmakers seek to gradually increase the minimum wage here in the Commonwealth in the span of 5 years.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It is almost 5 o'clock on your Friday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks for waking up with us. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at that forecast yesterday. And Brandon, yesterday was absolutely beautiful. It was perfect.
Now today, not going to be the same.
Yeah.
But here is the thing. We had a little bit of rain overnight. I knew I needed to throw a rain chance in there because we never have a cold front without at least a little bit of rain. But it was mainly dry. A few showers out there last night. But this morning, temperatures are dropping still. They'll drop all the way to 7 o'clock. And look what's going on back toward Lexington there. A little bit of blue trying to show up. It's really kind of close there this morning. But again, I don't think a lot of that is reaching the ground. Maybe a few snowflakes. I don't think the moisture will be here as we head deeper into the morning there. We're going to continue to watch that as we head through the daytime hours. Into the 30s out there, Lexington and Louisville, Moorhead now too. Into the 50s in Southwest Virginia, Jacksboro, over toward, trying to find some of the warmest with Harlan. It's probably the warmest spot in the region right now, 56. So we're going to just continue to watch those temperatures drop into the low 40s by later this morning. And again, you see the difference there. Double digits colder than it was 24 hours ago. And that's only going to go up. I guess down, however you want to look at it there. Those numbers are only going to go up. So again, normal day to a little extra on your coffee meter. Not like it was the last couple of mornings, but the out-the-door forecast today does feature some chances for some late day sunshine after a stray shower or two possible this morning, and temperatures only in the low 50s. Dakota?
All right, Brennan, thank you. Well, a bill that would keep certain books and subject matters out of Kentucky schools is moving through the legislature. Senate Bill 5 bans what supporters say is obscene, inappropriate, or offensive books and materials. It's also sets up more parental involvement. Our Phil Pendleton reports.
Miranda Stovall brought a bag of books with her to a Senate Education Committee. She says all contain subject matter not appropriate for kids.
There are pictures, illustrations of sexual activities with adult sex toys.
Some lawmakers say these items do not belong in schools, and they say parents need more of a say-so to keep them out.
This bill's purpose is to guarantee the parents' involvement to end their child's access to this material that they may believe is harmful to their family values and interest.
Opponents say that it's subjective, and what may be offensive or obscene to some may not be to others.
I call this the book banning bill because that's exactly what it is.
Senator Danny Carroll asked the American Civil Liberties Union representative if books dealing with pedophilia would be acceptable.
Specific
yes
text.
Or no?
Should a book that promotes pedophilia can you
be allowed in our schools? Yes or no?
Well, I guess you and I might.
Yes or no, please.
I don't know because.
The bill passed in committee 11-1. Senator Reggie Thomas was the lone no vote.
I cannot, again, support any bill that frustrates and limits the education of our children. And for that reason, I vote no.
The bill also directs boards of education to address parent concerns over material and require principals to respond within 7 days to complaints. Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the full Senate approved Senate Bill 5, and it now goes to the House. Well, Kentucky lawmakers passed Senate Bill 99 in a landslide vote of 32-2 on Tuesday. Senator Whitney Westerfield filed the bill after someone from Hopkinsville claimed they mistakenly received a $1,000 relief check. If passed, lawmakers would receive an annual report from a government agency head or appointed official to identify all relief funds from any outside source to provide assistance for emergencies. Well, Senator Westerfield said the bill would apply to the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund. The bill now heads to the House. Well, a bill was filed in the General Assembly this week concerning the expulsion of students from schools. House Bill 498 would make possessing any kind of THC or marijuana grounds for suspension or expulsion. It would also require a local school board to expel a student for at least 12 months if they make a threat against students or staff, and it would set up an expulsion review process for school boards as well. Well, right now it has not been assigned to a committee. A bill to gradually increase Kentucky's minimum wage has been introduced in Frankfort. Senate Bill 32 would increase Kentucky's minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2028. The increase would be done incrementally during the next 5 years. Cities would also be allowed to enact their own minimum wage laws. Well, the bill was introduced by Democratic Senator Reggie Thomas of Lexington. While the wild recent swing in temperatures could lead to problems for drivers, and experts say there's a certain time of the year where you will find more potholes forming. Americans spend billions of dollars every year to repair damages caused by potholes. A 2021 survey by AAA found 1 in 10 drivers had damage to their car after hitting a pothole. With an average price tag of almost $600 per repair, AAA fleet manager Jed Bowles says potholes have a season, which is usually in the summertime.
It isn't indicative that the summer equals potholes, but it's really just a shift in temperatures for an extended period of time.
AAA urges all vehicle owners to talk to their insurance advisors ahead of pothole problems to ensure they are adequately covered in the event of an emergency. A new Prestonsburg Park hopes to be a place for all. The city and Big Sandy Community and Technical College are working together to answer a call from community members who wanted a sensory park space for people with abilities of all types. The park is a work in progress with fundraising still underway, and the call is echoing through the region as more communities work to do the same.
It'll be the same kind of park. They'll have most of the same things, but where Martin County is 35 minutes away to 40 maybe, they'll have something for the people that are closer to Martin County and the people that are closer to here.
Those involved say the park will be much more than a playground. It will be a common ground for inclusion. Well, thank you so much for getting your Friday morning started with this here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, some wild winter weather leads to drivers being stranded for hours on snow and ice-covered roads. We'll have the chilly details when we come back.
And the heat is gone for a little while, but the rain chances will be back before you know it. They're still ongoing out there for some. I'll track them out for you in about 3 minutes.
Is a story about purpose. This is a story about progress, about building on our past accomplishments and investing in innovation. All of this, combined with our industry-leading insurance, competitive pay rates, and flexible scheduling, is the reason why now is the time to join our team. This is our story. Let it be your story.
Don't miss Citizens Bank of Kentucky. Take it to the bank Fridays on Sports Overtime.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Hsu with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Watching your child develop new skills is exciting, but parents get concerned when a child doesn't do something by a certain age. Your pediatrician will ask questions to make sure your baby is on track. Some warning signs are a toddler who doesn't make eye contact, respond to his name, or begin to form words. Catching problems early is the best way for your child to improve his skills. For more, visit healthychildren.org and talk with your pediatrician.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Don't tell me you know how to make a bomb out of a stick of chewing gum.
Why, you got some?
No gear, no plan, no problem.
Anybody who can use
A paper clip, a pair of shoelaces, and a rusty monkey wrench to take out 2 bazookas could be very useful.
With a DIY solution for every situation, you can always count on MacGyver.
Alrighty, coming up on 5:10, welcome back. And boy, we were spoiled yesterday with those summer-like temperatures.
But they didn't break any records. We
Oh.
tied at the London Corbin Airport, 77, but Jackson got to 78, had to get to 80 to tie the record up there. But it was warm.
Yeah, I wore a jacket. Yesterday. I took that thing off immediately after walking outside. Buildings are cold. I've said this. Buildings are cold.
Buildings
Brandon.
are cold sometimes,
Yeah.
but you know what you do? Before you go outside, you leave the jacket in the building.
Well, that's true. I just don't think half the time. I'm just here.
Listen, I'll take care of you. All right, let's take a look, see what's going on across the region right now. Still a few spotty showers out in the parts of Pulaski County this morning. No major issues, though. We'll probably still see a few spotty showers off and on throughout the morning, but those will be a thing of the past here before too long. So just be careful out there. A couple of stray chances for rain still around, especially in parts of maybe over toward southern Pike County, Buchanan and Dickinson counties, and of course Pulaski County is our major concern right now. Looks like they got a decent little shower moving through there right now. Some snow potentially up to our north past Lexington and north of Moorhead, but I don't know how much of that is reaching the ground. Maybe just a few flakes this morning. Temperatures borderline, 38 Lexington, 37 Moorhead, and then you come down to the south, 55 Harlan, Jonesville and Jacksboro. Those are the coldest and warmest spots in our region there this morning. But again, those temperatures still dropping as that cold front continues its trek out of the region. It's actually past us at this point, but the cold air is still kind of filtering in behind it. 49 to London Corbin Airport as you head out the door. I think we're going to see mainly cloudy skies for a while today, but you see our downtown Somerset camera. Looks like maybe just a smidge of rain there on those roads, not a whole lot there, so a lot of that may not be reaching the ground there from the radar outside the WIMT studios here in Hazard. We are fairly quiet this morning. Had a decent little shower at the house for a few minutes earlier in the overnight hours. We're at 50 here in town. In Whitesburg, just down the road from my house. I actually got some of that rain that I got at the house last night. I live in western Letcher County, and that's basically more central Letcher County. Bus stop forecast for you this morning. Stray chances for rain, so maybe take your umbrella just in case. Maybe you don't need it too long, but some sunshine could try to peek out. I think we're mainly cloudy today, but some sunshine could try to peek out this afternoon, and temperatures end up right there in the low 50s. So here is the front. I'll have to scoot. Actually, I'm going to scoot this way so you can actually see it, but the front's past us, so all that mess is gone. We are going to see some scattered chances for rain this weekend, scattered being the key word there, and I think by Sunday, widely scattered will be the key word. So as we look ahead, we are basically back to normal temperature-wise, right around 50, 51, 52 is our average high for this time of the year. Weekend rain chances are back, and we have a new cold front we're tracking next week that could bring us some chances for showers and some rumbles of thunder on Monday. So let's track out the next couple of days, though. First, some rain to our south this afternoon, so again, we're kind of watching that. Maybe Claiborne and Campbell County get clipped by that, but you see a lot of cloudy skies out there. Temperatures will struggle to get out of the 40s. I do think they may get toward 50 into the low 50s. Now tonight, rain chances return late. Temperatures should be in the upper 30s, close to 40, and we'll see those kind of around for the morning hours tomorrow. Starting to fizzle a little bit as we head after lunchtime. Maybe some late day sunshine for some peeking through, and then we get down into the 30s and 40s there on Sunday morning. And then as we head into Sunday afternoon, you see not a whole lot of moisture showing up on this model, so widely scattered, I think, is the best way to put it. Other models are showing just a little bit of rainfall there, and 7 o'clock on Sunday night is as far out as we can go. If you want to track all this throughout the weekend and into the next week, get that First Alert Weather app. All you have to do is go to your app store, search WIMT Radar, or open your phone, open the camera, point it right there at that QR code, and it will get you squared away. It is a handy tool to have, especially as we head into severe weather season. And Severe Weather Awareness Week in Kentucky is the first week of March, so be ready for that. The statewide tornado drill, early heads up, is next Wednesday, March the 1st at 10:07 a.m. So now is the time to practice those safety plans if you've got those. And of course, don't forget that tornado drill, and we'll be posting graphics for Severe Weather Awareness Week starting next Wednesday. 7-day forecast for the weekend is always in view. Again, a warming trend on Sunday and Monday, right back into some cooler sectors there by Tuesday and Wednesday, but the last day of February and the first day of March looking pretty good. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, wild winter weather is blanketing much of the country, affecting millions of Americans. Parts of the upper Midwest are digging out, while the mountain regions of Southern California are bracing for their first blizzard. Jared Hill reports.
Okay, it's not the way that you want to go down that hill.
Near record snowfall of almost 11 inches in Oregon left drivers stranded for hours.
Call the tow truck and they said it might be 10 hours before we get you.
Further south in San Jose, California, families played in rare snow flurries. The San Diego National Weather Service office issued its first blizzard warning for San Bernardino County, where one group of teens made their first snowman.
It's usually just green and pretty, but never snowy.
Parts of Los Angeles were pummeled with hail, including the famous Hollywood sign.
My mother told me, get out and do all your errands early because Friday and Saturday, the weather is going to be terrible.
Snow blanketed the upper Midwest, with folks in Minnesota digging out from as much as 21 inches of snow in some areas.
It's unbelievable. It's quite a load here. My snowblower's not keeping up very well.
Meanwhile, tragedy in Michigan. A volunteer firefighter there died after coming into contact with a downed power line. Hundreds of thousands of residents in that state still don't have power. Icy conditions also brought down power lines and trees in Buffalo, New York, and travelers at the local airport faced cancellations and delays.
I'm pretty tired. I waited an hour right now on the plane.
According to FlightAware, more than 1,100 flights in the U.S. were canceled yesterday. More than 7,000 were delayed. Jared Hill, CBS News.
While there were snow and freezing temperatures throughout northern parts of the country yesterday, the Southeast experienced high temperatures. For instance, Raleigh, North Carolina tied its record at 77 degrees. Well, straight ahead this morning, American retirement accounts seem to have taken a tumble in the last year, signaling people are not able to save as much as they used to.
What makes for excellence in heart care? It starts with one of the most amazing teams of heart surgeons and cardiologists that I've seen assembled under one roof, and an experienced and compassionate team of cardiac nurses, and the region's leading technology in a new $40 million facility that includes the most advanced surgical suites and cardiac cath labs in the state of Kentucky. This is the nationally recognized Heart and Vascular Institute of Eastern Kentucky at Pikeville Medical Center.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
As AmeriCorps members and volunteers, we do more than talk about our core values. We take action and commit to making our community stronger.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Our compassion brings food and friendship to neighbors in need.
My determination protects parks in my community.
Now more than ever, your community needs you. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Every year, tens of thousands of young people experience homelessness. If you or someone you know needs help, 1-800-RUNAWAY can provide support and connect you to the right resources. Together, we can end youth homelessness.
Welcome back. The time is 5:18. Let's take a look at some financial news this morning. U.S. stocks closed in positive territory yesterday, snapping a 4-day streak of losses. The Dow gained 108 points, the NASDAQ climbed 83 points, and the S&P 500 grew 21 points. Americans' retirement accounts took a tumble